shit. Like behind the scenes, he would do some foul shit, like hating on, like doing things with people I done business with that he done business with. He would say shit that I was like, he said that to you?
Right.
I'm like, yeah, it's all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, niggas don't know what they like till they see somebody with it. So they want the girls after you're done with them and shit.
Yeah, leftovers.
Yeah.
You take your leftovers. A lot of time on
A new baby oil.
It should start looking gray if you ain't got nothing on it.
It's got a new baby oil.
Say baby oil.
You ran through 8,000 jars of them in prison.
He was Ashy Larry.
Relax. Still got everybody looking.
Everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up.
That's why we go to the pumpkin parties. You can hug you from the front and the back at the same time. Tell them about it.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, me and Dub C ain't never been to a Diddy party,
Like an R-A-P-E-R, got so many essays.
And with Puffy, I know you're not really tapped in, but what is that? You know, it's like a guy, man. He was like, yo, he like pushed me into the drugs and really hurt. Like, he kind of like me. I was like, yo, I hate this. Fine, I don't think I'm not sure I can say that so much. How much is this guy trying to get? I'm like, I'm some situation, but it's like 20 mil, I can say it. You still have the blackest face out. You still have the middle voice because he's like, but his voice wasn't even that. Yeah, deep. Well, I was like, almost like, no, that's you, young buck. I always knew what. I was like, nah. Yo, you can't say that dudes are having sex with other dudes, bro. That might come for you.
Was always anti-Diddy and was always speaking about Diddy as a problematic person was 50 Cent. And it turns out that it's just been announced that he's created a docu-series on Netflix. I can't wait to see this. The other end of that, every person who has tried to speak out about this, who has tried to speak out about the industry, the type of people that are controlling the industry, the attacks that people face from the media if they try to speak out, is always the same. They're called crazy. And an example of one such individual who went through those sorts of attacks is the actor Orlando Brown. He was on Disney, and I remember everyone telling us that he was totally insane and deranged when he was saying a lot of things that at the time sounded crazy, particularly about Diddy. Take a listen.
The requirement is you gotta say no to Diddy. If it's new booty in the building, you know he gonna get it.
Don't take your girlfriend to a Diddy party.
You can take the, but he wants you.
Diddy, to me, is the fall guy. You're still seeing a major effort to protect the...
Rumors are swirling that 50 Cent is taking things to the next level, reportedly preparing to hand over a list of celebrities connected to Diddy as legal pressure mounts. With key documents now in play, there's growing speculation that 50 might be cooperating with investigators, something that could send shockwaves through the worlds of entertainment, sports, and fashion. Diddy is already facing serious charges in New York, and this new development could potentially implicate more high-profile figures. What once seemed like mere social media gossip is quickly evolving into a major legal situation, and 50 Cent has made it clear the truth will come out, no matter who it affects.
Really call out people and kind of have that authority in that to be able to call people out. I mean, which is pretty amazing. Kind of, in some ways, draining the swamp of Hollywood. And yeah, I don't have a support system. I don't have a support system of peer group of artists that are required to do what I'm doing. I've had to be on my own from the beginning. So I don't necessarily have a responsibility to behave certain ways, according to them. You know, and look, if I didn't have an award-winning director doing it, if I hadn't put the right people in place to produce it properly, I would understand why they would question or doubt anything that I'm doing. But after the 90s, the Keith D said they paid him to do it properly.
Did he do it, right?
Yeah.
I know you've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually.
Oh, you've been saying it for a long time now. And then no one was, they're just, why is he saying this? And now it's coming out like crazy. I mean,
but I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties.
Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participated. So
But was there a reason you never went to those parties back in the day? Obviously, I know what was going on there, but is there a reason you never did?
I'm just not with all that freaky shit. Like all of the stuff that he's doing, I'm not into that type of stuff. I'm just a little more, maybe you could say basic.
But, sometimes
Probably do shit that we don't know about.
Well, for him to make the documentary, I think he hates Diddy.
Nah.
Nah?
That's business.
That's just business?
Business. You wouldn't be mad. Look.
You gotta really dislike someone to do a documentary about him.
If Jimmy Iovine did the doc.
50 Cent isn't backing down. He's been publicly calling out Diddy for years, both on stage and across social media, and now his voice is louder than ever. I've been saying this for over 10 years, he says, dismissing claims that he's just stirring up drama. With Diddy now facing serious legal trouble, 50 remains firm in his stance, making it clear, he was never in my circle, emphasizing that he's always kept his distance. For 50, this isn't personal, it's about exposing long-buried truths.
Because I want to go against the grain. Anytime you go against the grain, it can hurt you like kind of bad. Nothing negative, nothing like hardcore. Just, I didn't want to be regular. I didn't want to just make records. I didn't want to just make money. I wanted to make history. That's all it's ever been about for me, making history. And making music that's timeless. Music that's gonna be around when I'm not here, when my kids ain't here. Music that is that good. And having artists and videos and things that, you know, really affect way of life in a positive way. Affect style, fashion, music.
Diddy was more than just a party host. He built a massive business empire spanning music, television, fashion, and liquor. His name carried serious weight, and connections with major stars like Jay-Z and Beyoncé only expanded his influence, helping fast-track success for those in his circle. But now, that same inner circle could face intense scrutiny as 50 Cent ramps up legal pressure. Growing chatter points to potential deals, payments, and emails that might reveal who was involved, and just how far their silence really went.
It's all-white party. The real all-white party was Diddy.
Hey, everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up.
He started in the late 90s and continued on for a very long time. Now I'm going to show you an announcement of him at the party, and he says at a certain hour the kids have to go home. But before I do that, take a look at all of these celebrities who attended these parties. I'm not saying the people who attended these parties are guilty of anything. I just want you to know how highly these parties were regarded. We are talking the highest names in every industry. What happens at these parties, I have no idea. You may have seen the clip of Keeping Up with the Kardashians where they talk about it a little bit, which is absolutely wild, but generally no phones were allowed, so good luck finding clips of the parties. But watch this clip.
It's a legendary white party. It's the real white party. And to all the kids have like an hour left. So get extra comfortable, kids.
So all the leaked footage of Diddy parties right now is going viral, and here's one clip. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this, right? Nothing crazy is happening. But why would they have anything crazy happening with cameras everywhere, right? Like, they're smarter than that, but there you guys go. More footage is going viral.
Diddy once ruled the Hollywood party scene, with his legendary white parties drawing in celebrities, high fashion, and an exclusive VIP atmosphere, from music legends to film stars. But now, those glamorous nights are being re-examined. 50 Cent may reveal how these celebrity connections played a role in elevating Diddy's rise. What once seemed like pure glitz and fun could soon become courtroom evidence, potentially pulling some big names into the unfolding legal saga.
I met Puff. I was afraid of success, afraid to do anything that could put so much attention on me. And then when I met him, he was the complete opposite. And he was such a good thing for me because I needed what he had. And so his ambition pushed me to be ambitious because I didn't know how, because, you know, when you come from where I come from, you're scared to be ambitious. You're scared to want more. And so when I met Puff, I was, blown away. But it took some years to grow into that and accepting someone that just was so excited about being seen and about having, the lights on them and wanted it for you more than you wanted it for yourself. So, I mean, Puff was a huge inspiration to me.
I want you guys to know, man, it was a terrible thing when we found out that Mary J. Blige's tape came out. You not remember a time, man, when she was with KC from Jodeci, and they were, on drugs, and KC used to put them hands on Mary J. Blige. So back in the day when her free tape came out, Mary J. Blige even said herself, this was her rite of passage. Guys, I'm born and raised in Las Vegas, and I remember the day, man, she had a concert out here in Las Vegas, and she was so high, she was like, hey, how you doing tonight, Los Angeles? But we was in Las Vegas. But Mary J., as you remember, man, she wasn't the finest thing when she got on the scene. Her mouth kind of twisted off to the side. She wasn't the best looking thing. They found her singing karaoke, some Anita Baker karaoke in the mall, and they dusted her up, polished her up, and Angie Stone started writing for her, and she became who she was. But she definitely was a part of these parties, and she has no regrets.
The Gate, y'all remember the second album, but Usher does have a first album that's a classic that I executive produced. But most importantly, that's how he became my brother. And to see the way you grow, you have grown, and to see you get better with your craft, and to see the man that you turned into and the consciousness that you have. I know you've been speaking to Harry Belafonte. Did you hooked me up with speaking to Harry Belafonte. So your consciousness, has really, really been a shining example. And the way you just spoken and articulated yourself, imagine me having guardianship for you at 13, and then now you speaking the way that you speaking, It's like, I'm so proud of you.
Oh, don't hit me no more. Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. All you heard was Papa, don't hit me no more. Let's go. Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. Hey, hey.
Mary J. Blige and Usher rose to fame with Diddy's support, gaining early success through hit songs and his industry guidance in the 90s. Now, those past connections are back under the spotlight. Mary's cryptic post in March about burning bridges sparked speculation that she was distancing herself from Diddy. Since his legal troubles began last fall, both artists have remained silent, but with pressure mounting, that may soon change. Insiders say 50 Cent is pushing for every past connection to be examined, putting those once powerful partnerships at the center of the investigation.
Brother Cuff Love Eddie Combs, or whatever the hell his name is now, we stopped trying to keep track. Celebrating his big 5-0 with some Elaine from Seinfeld moves at a gigantic party at his house, and everybody was there.
The biggest names that were there, Kim and Kanye, Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Is that the order that you want to do that in? Seriously, you forgot Dougie Fresh, who was also there. You should come first.
The biggest part of the whole night was the fact that Jay-Z and Kanye actually shook hands. They squashed the beat, or at least for that night. Diddy's smiling like, look, I made this happen.
Oh yeah, it was all you, Diddy. Maybe a little help from all the CBD products and Ciroc alcohol that was floating around, but otherwise, all you.
Who else was there?
Who wasn't? Well, maybe not Steve Harvey, because Diddy was banging his daughter, but how about Cardi B and Offset, Kevin Hart, Kobe Bryant?
Diddy's 50th birthday party in 2019 was a star-studded affair, with Jay-Z, Beyonce, Drake, and Mariah Carey all in attendance. Jay-Z even shared a Vanity Fair cover with Diddy, highlighting their close relationship. But now, Jay-Z is facing a civil lawsuit over an old claim, which he strongly denies, calling it blackmail through his legal team. Meanwhile, 50 Cent is pushing for major names to come forward. Fueling speculation about who might be next could Beyonce or Drake find themselves under the spotlight. As the legal drama unfolds, it's clear this is just the beginning.
Ladies and gentlemen,
not a civil one. Whomever should commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree? Attorneys representing Combs also dismissed the lawsuit, calling it a shameless publicity stunt. Combs is currently behind bars at Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center after federal prosecutors charged him in September with
Diddy's events were more than just concerts, they were celebrity magnets. Stars like Paris Hilton, Nicole Richie, and a young Kim Kardashian were frequent guests, while names like Naomi Campbell and Russell Brand moved between hype parties and exclusive after-parties. Brand once remarked, "When Diddy wants something, it's hard to say no." Now, as the spotlight shifts to those glittering nights, questions are surfacing. Could Paris or Kim shed light on what really went on behind the scenes? If they choose to speak out, it could reshape how fans view those glamorous gatherings and who was truly in control. Asterisk.
Parties, I'm sure. What's the strangest interaction you've had at a party that was like, what's happening right now?
I was lit. I just started dancing with Paris Hilton. I was like, this is kind of cool.
That is kind of nuts. What song was playing?
I don't even know. It was one of those nights.
Yeah, okay.
Hollywood stars were once regulars in Diddy's inner circle. Ashton Kutcher even co-hosted his white party in 2009. While big names like Will Smith and Bruce Willis attended his Miami events back in 2004.